Hello students, you have already studied general methods of preparation of salts. Salts are generally prepared by combination, decomposition, double decomposition, precipitation or neutralization methods. These methods are already discussed in the previous video. Now we are going to discuss some important methods of preparation of salts, means laboratory preparation of some salts. These may be normal salts or acidic salts, and these salts according to ICSE syllabus. First one is anhydrous ferric chloride, second zinc sulfate crystal, also known as white vitriol. Third one is iron second sulfate crystal. Iron second sulfate crystal is also known as green vitriol. Fourth one is lead chloride. Fifth, calcium carbonate. Sixth, sodium bicarbonate or sodium hydrogen carbonate. Seventh, copper sulfate crystal. It is also known as blue vitriol. And last one is sodium sulfate crystal, also known as Glauber salt. Crystal word indicates the presence of water of crystallization with salt molecules. For example, in case of sodium sulfate crystal, approximately 10 water molecule of crystallization present. So it is written as Na2SO4.10H2O. That's why it is called sodium sulfate crystal. Similarly, iron second sulfate crystal is known as green vitriol. It contains 7 molecules of water of crystallization and is written as FeSO4.7H2O. That's why this is the meaning of crystals or water of crystallization. Some salts are without water of crystallization and some salts are with water of crystallization. In those salts, if the water of crystallization is present, means water present as a form of water of crystallization, these are known as particular crystal. Now one by one, discuss the laboratory preparation of normal salts and acidic salts. With respect to this topic, we are going to discuss about laboratory preparation of anhydrous ferric chloride. Anhydrous ferric chloride is prepared by combination of iron and chlorine, means direct combination method, or you can say synthesis. What is the method of preparation of anhydrous ferric chloride? Direct combination or synthesis is the method of preparation of anhydrous ferric chloride. The apparatus used for this purpose is shown in this figure. Here a bottle is taken, fitted with 2 corks and 2 passing tubes are adjusted as shown in figure. Next part is combustion tube, in which iron powder is taken for heating, and this combustion tube is connected with receiver through the passing tube or delivery tube, and to take out moisture and excess of unused chlorine gas, other passing tube means other delivery tube is adjusted, which is connected with anhydrous calcium chloride, which acts as drying agent. It absorbs moisture present in FeCl3, because FeCl3 is a highly deliquescent compound, means it starts melting when exposed to air or when it comes in moisture, in the presence of moisture, it starts melting. Now, about the procedure of this lab preparation. First of all, chlorine gas is passed through sulfuric acid, because sulfuric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid is a drying agent, very good drying agent, which absorbs moisture present in the chlorine gas and it makes chlorine dry. This dry chlorine gas is passed through combustion tube in which iron powder is kept. So first point, powdered iron is taken in a combustion tube. First point, iron powder is taken in a combustion tube. Second, pass the dry chlorine gas through the combustion tube to expel the air from the apparatus. First of all, before you start heating, pass the chlorine gas through the combustion tube to expel the air present in the apparatus. After that, start heating. Heat the combustion tube slowly and continue the passing of chlorine gas through the tube. Chlorine reacts with iron to form the vapors of ferric chloride. Now, just after expelling air from the apparatus, passing of chlorine gas will continue and heating start heating the iron powder kept in combustion tube. As a result, since the reaction between iron and chlorine is exothermic in nature, means large amount of heat is also evolved during the reaction. As a result, this iron powder suddenly becomes red hot. Just after the reaction starts, heating is not required because the reaction is already exothermic, which maintain the condition of the reaction. That's why further heating is not required. Now, due to this reaction, Fe plus Cl2 gives FeCl3. FeCl3 vapors are formed in combustion tube. These vapors are swept away from the combustion tube by the continuous passing of dry chlorine gas. And a mixture of chlorine gas and ferric chloride comes in pre-cooled receiver. Means this receiver is already cooled in freezing mixture. What is freezing mixture? Freezing mixture is a mixture of ice and some salts, like common salt and ice act as a freezing mixture. This receiver is already cooled in freezing mixture. That's why the vapors of ferric chloride gets condensed in this receiver. This is anhydrous ferric chloride. The vapors of ferric chloride formed in the combustion tube are swept away by the current of chlorine. The vapors of ferric chloride condense in the flask and unused chlorine exits out of the receiver. The ferric chloride is highly deliquescent. What do you mean by deliquescence and deliquescent substance? Some substances absorbs moisture from the air and forms saturated solution. These substances are known as deliquescent substance, and the property is known as deliquescence. Since FeCl3 is highly deliquescent, means it absorbs moisture. That's why it kept dry. For this purpose, anhydrous fused calcium chloride is used, which absorbs the moisture from the receiver and keep dry FeCl3. This is the method used for the lab preparation of ferric chloride. One important thing, about the live preparation of ferric chloride is that ferric chloride cannot be prepared by direct heating of hydrated ferric chloride. Hydrated ferric chloride means FeCl3.6H2O is known as hydrated ferric chloride. This is hydrated ferric chloride. Hydrated ferric chloride. This is hydrated ferric chloride. If we heat this compound, we should find FeCl3 plus 6H2. However, this reaction is not taking place. On heating, anhydrous ferric chloride gives ferric oxide, water and HCl. It gives FeCl3 Fe2O3 plus 9H2O plus HCl. If we take two molecules of this stuff, means hydrated ferric chloride, on heating it gives Fe2O3, 9H2O and 6HCl. That's why ferric chloride, anhydrous ferric chloride cannot be prepared by this method, because on heating hydrated ferric chloride Fe2O3 is obtained, hydrogen peroxide gas is obtained, but not FeCl3. That's why FeCl3, this is very important question for 1 mark. Why anhydrous ferric chloride cannot be prepared by direct heating of hydrated ferric chloride? Your answer is, on heating hydrated ferric chloride, ferric oxide, water and hydrogen peroxide gas is obtained instead of anhydrous ferric chloride. That's why anhydrous ferric chloride cannot be prepared by direct heating of hydrated ferric chloride. Ferric chloride is very important compound and is mainly used in most of the reactions as a catalyst. It is very important catalyst used in certain chemical reactions. This is all about preparation of anhydrous FeCl3. And in next video, we will study next compounds or next